Hey everyone, I am making turmeric root powder from actual turmeric root. It's been about, I think the last time I had to make a batch of this was about 8 months ago. And as you can see, I don't use the store-bought pre-grounded turmeric. I actually grind it myself with the actual turmeric root that I buy. And this is what it looks like. You can see that? Yeah, just buy some. It's about $5.99 a pound. Well, that's what it is right now because I got this today. And then just cut it up into thin pieces. You will notice that it's moist inside. And so you're going to have to dry it out, which I'll tell you how to do that. But yeah, turmeric is the bomb. I know that it's in the past few years it's gotten really popular in the beauty and the health industry. You know, they acting brand new, but Indian women have actually been using turmeric as a skincare ingredient for centuries. In fact, it was an Indian lady who put me on to turmeric years ago, before everybody jumped on the bandwagon. But no, turmeric, I love it. It has a lot of great health and skincare properties. I incorporate this with my Gasul clay powder because turmeric is good for a lot of different things. It's good for anti-inflammatory issues, like if you're suffering from rosacea, eczema, psoriasis. Also, it helps diminish the acne, post-acne marks, and hyperpigmentation. It helps smooth the skin and tone the skin. It helps with fine lines and wrinkles, and a host of other different things that turmeric is used for. And I found that it works really well when I incorporate it into the Gasul powder clay that I have. Much better than the store-bought. So that lets me know that it's a huge difference in the store-bought version and in the homemade version. This, I know exactly what I'm getting. I know what's in it. And so I'd much rather do it this way. And plus, I'm crafty anyway, so I prefer to make my own stuff. So anyway, once this is cut up, what you're going to do is, well, if you have a dehydrator, you can put it in the dehydrator for about 4 hours. I don't have a dehydrator. I just didn't feel the need to invest in it, because I don't do this that often. It's been a long time since I've even had to make any more turmeric. Or another way to do it is, if you want it fast, you can put it on one of those foil pans and put it in the oven on the lowest setting. But just, you gotta leave the oven door cracked though. So that'll serve as a dehydrator that way. Or if you prefer to dry it naturally, you can leave it outside. Leave it outside. I think the last time I made this, I put it on my balcony, and it took about 2 weeks to dry because it wasn't that hot outside. But I think if I were to do it now, it might dry in maybe 5 days. As you can see, when you open it up, it's moist inside. See that? It's moist. So that has to dry. And when it dries, it's going to shrink significantly. It's going to shrink significantly. And it does stain. It's stained in my fingers now. I probably should have gloves on. But it'll rinse off eventually. And then once it dries, just grind it up. If you have a coffee grinder, an electric coffee grinder or spice grinder, that's what I use to grind it up. Or if you have a manual grinder. The only thing though, when you do grind it, it's not gonna all grind up finely the first time, so just make sure you sift it, and then you're probably gonna have to grind it another 2-3 times just to get a fine powder. But other than that, yeah, once it's dry, it's pretty much ready to go. And add it to your Gasul clay. When I incorporate it, I mix it at a 1:1 ratio. So if I use 1 tablespoon of Gasul clay, I use 1 tablespoon of turmeric. If you're gonna use turmeric by itself without a clay, make sure you're mixing it with a plain Greek yogurt or milk. It works best that way. Don't mix it with water. But yeah, those are, if you're not using turmeric, you might want to consider using it because it's really good for the skin. And make sure you drink a lot of water, because what you put in your body is just as important as what you put on your body. So I drink one of these a day. This is 1.5 liters of water. So I drink one of these a day, and if you're not drinking water, shame on you. You should be drinking water. So yeah, once you grind it up, it'll look just like turmeric, depending on how fine you grind it up. Yeah. And then if you want to incorporate it into your clay to make a face mask, you can do that too. So it's just so many things that you can do with it. I don't drink this. I don't use this to eat or drink with. This is strictly for face masks, and that's mainly because of how I'm doing it. But when I want to use it to drink with or to cook with, I do use the store-bought turmeric for that, and I incorporate it into my teas. I love me a good chamomile tea, and so I'll use it for that. I would make this in a different way if I was gonna use this to eat with, but because this is only for my face masks, that's why I'm doing it this way. I'm leaving the skin on. I'm not boiling it, because you may see some people boil their turmeric. I do not do that because I want all of the nutrients and goodness to stay put. And so I just cut it up and dry it and grind it, and that's it. And then it's ready to go. When I package it up, I package it up in either one of these or another kind of jar with the lid on it, and it lasts. This will last you about 2 years. Yeah, it's really good. And that's pretty much it. So I'm almost done with this. I think tonight I'm gonna put it in the oven and let it dry. But yeah, if you're not using turmeric, man, you should consider using it, because you'll see a huge difference. And if you use it, again, make it yourself. Just make it yourself. Don't use the store-bought if you're gonna use it for face masks. To me, I see much better results with the raw organic turmeric. You see that? And that's what it looks like. Alrighty, so that's it. Have a good night, and I'm gonna finish up here, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. So this is what it looks like when it's completely dry. See how much it shrunk? Now it's time to grind it up. All right, so let's see what a 1/2 pound of turmeric root gets you once it's cut up, dried out, and grinded. All right, so you get 40 grams of a 1/2 pound of turmeric root. Not bad. This is gonna last a long time. $40 grams.